Hello, hello, my friends. I am joining you, or maybe you are joining me on a lovely spring day. I have the windows open, so we're going to have a little bit of some bird song going on in the background because I have been waiting a long time to open up my windows and I'm just not going to close them. And I think that it actually sets the perfect scene for the candle that we are going to be talking about today, which is Kringle Candle or Country Candle. It's like their Country Candle line of Kringle Candle. Boy, that was a mouthful. This is Grapefruit and Rosemary. This is part of their new spring 2023 release. This is in their new 100% soy wax formula for Country Candle. So in the past, Country Candle has remained pretty true to the Kittredge founding of Yankee Candle, to this apothecary style jar, and traditionally these candles were in a paraffin wax formula. I have made no secret that that is not my favorite wax formula because it just tends to burn dirty in my home. And so I was very excited to hear about the transition to this 100% soy wax. Now, the thing that separates this a little bit from the Kringle soy wax is that this wax is colored. The Kringle jars come typically in the 2-wick tumblers, and so that's where you're going to see some of the differentiation, but the wax color in that is also that traditional white color, whereas the Country Candle wax in this 100% soy is colored. So let's go ahead and talk about this candle. This one that you are looking at is the medium-sized jar. I did purchase this with my own money. I am a Kringle Candle ambassador. However, this one, like I said, I did not receive in PR. This is one that I purchased with my own money. The top notes of this fragrance story are bergamot, lemon leaf, juicy pink grapefruit. The mid notes are wild rosemary, white lavender, dewy garden greens, and the base notes are creamy white woods and musk. So there's a lot of accords listed here. You know, I know that for some people, I was actually just watching my friend Josh over at Touch the Fire Twice. He was talking about his recent Kringle haul and how he's a little bit perturbed by them not being a little bit more direct in what exact notes they are using when they put out this all of these scent notes. And I can agree with him to some degree. I definitely agree with him. I wish that there were less accords listed and more direct notes, because for me, sometimes I don't necessarily know what it is that I am smelling. And for me as a reviewer for you, sometimes if it's written out in front of me, I'm like, oh yeah, now I get it. Yes, that is what I am smelling. So if you caught my initial Kringle candle review, you will know that this fragrance I did not like at all on cold sniff. I was like, oh no, which was a little bit disappointing because I initially thought, okay, I'm going to love this one. So when you get a candle in and it doesn't impress you on cold sniff, it can be a little bit of a disappointing experience. However, this is where the review is going to take a little bit of a left turn here. I decided to go ahead and light this one up because I did want to provide a review and feedback for all of you. And honestly, I had spent the money on the candle and I didn't want to go through, you know, I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of trying to make a return or to gift it or anything like that. And you know what, guys? I'm really glad that I decided to go ahead and light it up because, like a lot of candles, sometimes what you smell on cold sniff is not always what you get upon burn. This fragrance to me, when it is burning, is a beautiful, fresh spring, my house is clean type of fragrance. So I definitely do smell that grapefruit note in here, and the rosemary is balanced out. I would say that the rosemary is slightly a little bit more present than, say, like the rosemary lemon scent. That fragrance is different, although you guys do know how much I love that one. So I feel like if you like that fragrance or you like any scents that have an herbal note to them, then I would encourage you to give this one a try. Now, the good news is that this fragrance is now available in the little daylights, which are like Kringle's self-contained votives. I really like that they offer those because for like, I think they're like $3.50. You can throw one of those in on an order and get an idea about whether or not you would really like that fragrance. So I feel like this candle, went to my nose, is a very nice balance of grapefruit and rosemary. I have really enjoyed burning this in my living room, and then I kind of flank it, or I put, I'll put another candle in my bedroom and typically one on the other side of my house where my children's rooms are. I will burn, usually my favorite little combo right now has been burning this one in the living room, and then in my bedroom, I will typically burn Kringle's Essentials, which is very similar to, what is that, Capri Blue Volcano? Capri Blue Volcano, there we go. And, or if you're familiar with Bath & Body Works Sunwash Citrus, very similar fragrance to that. And then I will also like to burn Rosemary Lemon with it because I feel like all three of them just complement each other really well. So yes, more grapefruit in this one, although I would not necessarily walk in and say, wow, that's a really strong citrus scent. It's definitely a very nicely balanced out grapefruit and rosemary scent to my nose. I don't really pick up lavender. There is a tiny bit of greenness to this, but again, I'm not really sure if that's the rosemary or whatever they are saying comprises the accord of dewy garden greens. Let's talk about the performance of this candle. It's doing really well for me. The one thing I will say is that the wicks that they've had to use on these candles are different than the ones that they typically use in their Kringle soy formula. These wicks do get those large carbon balls at the end, which means that I typically want to extinguish the flames after about 3 hours. So this candle has been burning around 3 hours. And the reason I do that is because you are starting to see around the rim there that if I let them go a little bit too long with that carbon residue on the end, I will get a tiny bit of sooting around the rim. Now I'm not noticing any soot on my walls or anything like that. And the wax pool itself is still very, very clean. So I do think that that just has to be a byproduct, I think, of these wicks. In terms of strength and throw, this one is a solid medium-high performer for me. So this one is, I would give, like on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a solid 8.5. It fills up my living room very well. I can smell it in my kitchen. However, it doesn't throw all the way around into my bedrooms, which again is perfectly fine with me because I'm usually burning other scents to complement this one. If you are new to my channel, my home is approximately 1,700 square feet. It is an early 2000s build, so it's open concept. I have high ceilings in the living room and I have lower ceilings in the bedroom. So that's just something that I always like to throw in here so that way you can gauge, where I'm coming from when I put a candle at that particular ranking. Overall, this one surprisingly gets 2 thumbs up from me. I definitely see this being a springtime candle for me. And that is just simply because I am a very seasonal burner. Once we head into anytime after April, pretty much May through late August, I will be heading more into the tropics, I guess. But for now, I really love this one. Surprisingly, I can't believe I said that. So let that be your word of encouragement today, that if you get a candle that you don't particularly love on cold sniff, go outside of your comfort zone, light it up, give it a chance, see if you like it then, because you never know what you are going to find. Let me know in the comment box down below, did you purchase this candle? What are your thoughts on it? I feel like this one is polarizing. I'm seeing a lot of people either saying they love it or they hate it. So let me know what camp you fall into. Don't forget that if you liked this video or found it helpful, to please hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to my channel right now, I would love it if you wanted to stick around and become part of our community by hitting that subscribe button. I like to talk about candles and a little bit of beauty here on my channel. I do dedicated reviews, I do hauls, I do empties, and I also have a weekly series on my channel that I try to upload every single Saturday where I like to talk about 3 candles and 3 beauty products that I have been using throughout the week and just give you guys some little bit of mini feedback there. So if you find that content interesting, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you head on out of here. I want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today, and until my next video, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.